Greetings and salutations. Thanks for stopping by for Season 1, Episode 4 of the Daisy Glaze podcast. I'm Henry Martinez. If you've been listening, I've covered television as well as music's effect on race relations during the decade of my formative years. But this week, I feel it's time for a level set from a visual standpoint. Even though I've tried to paint a picture of the 1970s for you through words, they can only go so far. We are visual people, after all. It helps to see how it was rather than just hearing words about it. My first preference is to build a time machine so you can travel back and experience firsthand what I experienced. Unfortunately, Doc Brown has not parked the DeLorean in front of my house yet. So the next best thing is to share a few suggestions to give you a visual feel of the misty 70s. As I've been taught many times, seeing is believing. Here is my top 5 list that I've personally curated for you. Number 1, Run, Don't Walk, and watch Richard Linklater's 1993 cultural masterpiece, Dazed and Confused. It's about the last day of high school in a small Texas town in 1976. I clearly remember the spirit of '76, and Linklater captures it perfectly. And it's just a great movie with an incredible cast, including the memorable launch point of somebody named Matthew McConaughey. Number 2, YouTube. Although it's not amazing quality because we didn't have high definition back then, YouTube is chock full of videos capturing the vibe and personality of the 1970s. I especially enjoy watching the commercials from back then, reflecting both a lost innocence and a wild era that preceded political correctness. Admittedly, it is weird to see O.J. Simpson run and jump through airports in Avis commercials. Number 3. Along those same lines, go find musical performances from that decade. Since they're my favorite band, I'm partial to Led Zeppelin's 1976 documentary, The Song Remains the Same. While it certainly captures Zeppelin in full flight, it's the fantasy sequences that are truly memorable. It can be a little cheesy, but those scenes inspired countless heavy metal videos that followed in the 1980s. Number 4. Immerse yourself in the decade's cultural milestones. For example, Muhammad Ali was a towering figure in sports. His fights were must-sees for everyone. Watch the Rumble in the Jungle in 1974 against George Foreman and the Thriller in Manila versus Joe Frazier in 1975. These were life-and-death battles that were dramatic and breathtaking, never to be recreated in those ways again. Here's a wild one. Find the video for Evel Knievel's Snake River Canyon jump in September 1974. That is an example of pure spectacle that you could only find in the 70s. And number 5, curate your own film festival of the era. Classics like The Godfather and Chinatown were period pieces not set in the 70s, but you can still enjoy the actors who were in their prime then, like Pacino and Nicholson. Jaws in 1975 is a nice time capsule captured in master form by Steven Spielberg. And if at all possible, find the original 1977 theatrical version of Star Wars that George Lucas suppressed after tinkering later with the special effects. That's the version I experienced and the one I will always love. Plus, if you're brave enough, try to sit through the Star Wars Holiday Television special. Listen, I never said the 70s weren't cheesy. But that's all right. I don't mind a little cheese on the side. It's just a reminder that some things that happened in the 70s should stay in the 70s. And with that, we have another episode of Daisy Glaze, the podcast in the books. As always, thanks for taking this special journey with me, even without Doc's time machine.